What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tom Dark channel. I am your host, Tom Dark, and today I will be answering some more of your questions. You guys seem to really like the last time I did one of these, so here I am, doing it again. Needless to say, the parasocial relationship is growing stronger with every passing video. My own sense of self is being elevated because I am a narcissist, and all of the questions about me only reaffirm my God complex. All of you are feeding my massive ego. I actually got 466 questions this time, so obviously I can't answer all of them, but some will be answered. Just some. What was the process of you learning how to edit videos? Although today it's easier than ever to do it, I'm pretty sure when you first started there weren't any YouTube tutorials to help you out. Yeah, this is actually not true at all. I learned completely from YouTube tutorials. Basically anything you want to learn, you can learn from YouTube tutorials. If you want to learn how to video edit, if you want to learn how to fix a car, if you want to learn how to code in any programming language, there's millions of YouTube tutorials out there from people who are honestly not that bad at it. There are some pretty good people on YouTube doing tech tutorials for everything. So if you really want to learn how to video edit, not that I'm a great editor, I can edit a little bit above what I typically do, but for the purpose of my videos, I tend to keep the production a little more simple because I think that over editing things can be kind of distracting and annoying. I don't really like the current commentary editing style that some people have been going for. Some people do it well, like Nick DiOrio. Some people definitely do it in a nice, presentable manner, but other people kind of overblow the After Effects, what is it called? Envato elements. The Envato elements shit is kind of overblown a little bit. But if you want to learn how to video edit, then I would suggest starting with memes, and for each idea you have, go ahead and find a tutorial for your idea. So if you want to add text to a picture or a video, look up how to add text. If you want to zoom in on the video, look up how to zoom in. You can learn how to keyframe that way. You can learn pretty much everything that you're going to need to learn through video editing. You can learn how to use certain effects. You can learn how to mask things out. You can learn how to do pretty simple green screen stuff. There's really a lot of simple stuff in everyday video editing that's really easy to learn just from YouTube tutorials. The idea is to slowly get more ambitious with your videos and projects as you go on, and eventually you will just know how to video edit, right? You kind of have to dive headfirst into it. It's one of those things where you can't, you could take a class on video editing, you could go to college for production. That's kind of what I was in school for a little bit, which I'll probably go a little more in depth with at some point in time. But you're not going to learn anything there that you cannot learn from YouTube tutorials. All of the shit that they're going to teach you if you try to go to college for anything related to TV production is stuff you can learn when you're 14 years old with a laptop. You seriously do not need that. So yeah, don't waste your money on shit you can learn for free right now. Go on YouTube, type in how to do something, and do it. I'm gonna need some of you guys to look up a few tutorials about cars, because as we all know, Subarus have a head gasket problem, or at least that's what you all fucking losers like to harass me about, when in reality, I don't think the modern ones even have a head gasket problem. In fact, the guy at the dealership, who was obviously honest and not trying to rape me financially, told me that, they used to have head gasket problems, but they don't have them anymore with the engines. So, you know what? Honestly, I think I'm gonna be fine, but just in case, I'm gonna need one of you guys, one of the Tom Darkers, to learn how to fix engines, so that when that problem comes up, you can fix that for me. Thought of a question: how do you pronounce rum? Now I know this is a weird question, but everyone always says I say rum weird, like rum. So I started asking other people who grew up in Massachusetts, and everyone says it like that. I never knew this was a thing till my friends pointed it out, so I was curious if you also say it weird. Yeah, I have had this pointed out to me before. I'm not from Massachusetts, but I am from New England, and I've had multiple people who are not from New England pointed out to me either in person or from comment sections of videos. They're like, "Why are you saying rum? Motherfucker, what am I supposed to say, room? What am I, gay?" I mean, sometimes I will connect myself if I'm narrating something for a bigger video, but typically I just let it slide. It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to my bedroom, not my bedroom. What am I, gay? How do I get a girlfriend, Tom? Enlighten me. You actually don't. You in particular never get a girlfriend, and I think it's for a few reasons. Honestly, for a while you thought that you were not that attractive, right? You were like, I probably just can't get a girlfriend. Girls don't like me because I'm unattractive. But when you think about it hard enough, you're not particularly unattractive, right? You're perfectly passable from most people's point of view. And on top of that, there are plenty of guys that you go to school with, whether you're in high school or college who do have girlfriends, and they're not that attractive. A lot of girls are into the dad bod, which is just another word for being kind of fat. A lot of girls are into kind of ugly guys who are just funny. So, I mean, really, you're kind of coming to the conclusion that maybe it's not your looks. Maybe your looks have nothing to do with with it, because there are plenty of guys dating girls that some would say are out of their league. So as you sit in your bedroom alone at night, playing League of Legends to distract yourself from the loneliness, you contemplate this and you really think about it. For some reason, it's just sticking to the back of your head, and I'm here to tell you, okay? I'm here to tell you that it's honestly shocking that you still have yet to come to the conclusion that maybe you just suck. Maybe it's not because you're ugly. Maybe it's because you're just insufferable to be around. You're not fun. No one enjoys your presence. Maybe you're annoying and cringy in a way normal people simply are not interested in tolerating. Is it that hard to believe that that's the case? I mean, the only friends that you still have sticking around are only there because, you know, you've been friends for so long, it would feel really weird to cut you off. But it's not like they particularly enjoy your presence either. I mean, once they find some other friends, like, it's over. You're not going to have any buddies. And so I think what you should really consider is the fact that maybe the fact that your actual friendships are so dry is also an indication of the fact that women would not be interested in hanging out with you. And you should view that more as like an extension of friendship to start a relationship rather than just seeing it as like, you know, oh, well, it's just a girl, right? Maybe you should see it that way and stop being such a fucking loser. Yeah, but I'm just kidding, man. Look, it's all fun and games and jokes. Sometimes I will get emails about stuff like this, though. People will be like, how do I get a girlfriend? Like, you must be 12 years old if you're asking me how to get a girlfriend. How do I get a girlfriend? You're asking the wrong person. I don't know. How do you deal with content burnout? Losing motivation to make videos? Well, to be honest, I don't deal with it super well. I had a bit of a content burnout last week. I just did not feel like doing any Tom Dark stuff, which is something I need to learn how to manage better, because I was going strong, posting consistently for a while, but it feels like lately I've had issues maintaining both channels. My current strategy is like, if I don't feel like making a video or doing work on one day for one channel, then I'll persevere a little bit, but if it really is just not clicking, then I'll try to focus on the other channel for that day. And another way to go about it for me is to try to take like 1 or 2 days off a week at least to like clear my head and just kind of go outside, you know. I have found that I can like no life it for about 30 days in a row where I just do nothing but make videos all day, every day, just constantly like, you know, recording, writing, video editing, all that shit before I fucking crash and need to just like, you know, rest the old brain cells for 3 or 4 days. So I would rather spread things out and maintain some semblance of consistency than do that, which is something I am getting a little better at doing, or at least I thought I was. But the last like week and a half was sort of a shock to the system where I was like, all right, I have to figure out how to do both channels at the same time to a certain degree, which, you know, I'm going to try again. We're going to try it again. No promises that I'll be doing daily uploads here, probably, you know, 4 or 5 times a week, but I'm going to try to post as much as possible while also maintaining the other channel, because I just want to, you know, I don't want to spread myself too thin. I don't want to be completely miserable, but at the same time, I do want to put an adequate effort on both channels. How many Dunkin' visits have you made in the last month? Not that many, to be honest. I think 2. I've been trying to not eat fast food over the last month, and I've been pretty successful at it. I've also been trying to limit my caffeine intake, okay, to 1 caffeinated beverage per day, which has been going okay. I'm managing, but truly my self-control on the caffeine is something that is just like so fucking weak. Like, goddamn, I am addicted, okay? I'm a freak for caffeine. I feel like I'm like a 30-year-old woman, like, I just can't help myself around those eclairs. I just can't help myself when we get those eclairs from Shaw's. I mean, it's over. It's fucking over. Real talk, though, I do have too many vices in my life. Stop eating fast food. That shit's gonna, like, make your hair fall out. Try to not drink Monster. I'm trying to, like, just move away from Monster to coffee. I definitely could do it, but I don't know, something about coffee, like, some days I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to drink coffee. I need to drink something that tastes like candy. So maybe I'll switch to Bang, okay? Maybe I'll switch to Bang Energy. But truly, I do have too many vices that I need to kind of tone down. Or else when my metabolism slows down, I'll turn into Nicholas Diorio Avocado Boogie Fat Mode. And I'm really not trying to do that. Are you going to the When We Were Young Fest? For those of you who don't know, this is a music festival which has all of the like 2000s and emo and scene bands in attendance. Think My Chemical Romance, Paramore, The Used, stuff like that. And of course, some of the like post-hardcore types as well, some metalcore. But I do have tickets. I will be attending there with some YouTube friends. Should be a good time. Really looking forward to seeing A Day to Remember. Will be my first time seeing them in person. Really excited for that. Can't wait for them to go like da 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 da. I'm gay. What do you think of KJ the Idiot's diss track on you? And when is your response diss? Yeah, so this kid is like a musical genius for those of you who don't know. All of these small commentators are like scrapping with him, but he easily makes some of the most fire, absolutely destructive diss tracks on the site. He constantly calls people out for being gay, for being cringe, for being pedos, and he does a pretty good job at it. Let's take a look at what he has to say.
Turkey Tom, you little bitch ass. You fuck with the gang, you get hit with a Glock. Yeah. Little bitch ass nigga. KJ Almighty nigga. I own your bitch ass nigga. I'm coming up with the Glock, you little bitch ass can't respond. Yeah, I'm talking shit on the internet, bitch. If I see you, you dead. Yo, little bitch ass, weak ass horns. Bitch, yo, best homies are frauds, nigga. Look at this scenario, bitch. This in your squad. Yeah, you a little bitch. Your content still got them shit. Learn to the same thing, you motherfucking hate.
So yeah, I mean, I will not play the entire thing here. Obviously, I don't want to steal his copyrighted content. He put a lot of work into that track. But as you can see, this was a really great exposed video about me. The diss track itself had some great bars, had some great moments. I thought the hook was really catchy. Definitely would rate it like an 8 out of 10. Like it's pretty close to graduation, honestly. It was a pretty fucking great track. That one track was almost close to one of my favorite albums. As for when my diss track about KJ is coming out, KJ the retard, it is coming out. I'm currently in talks with producers about distribution. The track is made, it is done. I do have everything recorded and produced. Okay, we've got the demo ready. Just making sure we can print enough CDs to really meet demand, as I'm sure all of the urban hip-hop youths will be really into that song as soon as it comes out, and we need to make sure that they can access it. Is it a terrible time to start a YouTube channel? Everything seems so redundant. I mean, the internet will always be redundant to an extent. You kind of just have to accept that and move on. I guess there's no point in wallowing in the fact that like there will always be someone else doing a similar thing, and possibly to a greater level of success than you. But you can't get too caught up in what everyone else is doing, right? You kind of just have to focus on carving out your own niche in the market. I remember a few years ago, I was listening to a podcast from someone that was like this YouTuber I used to watch, and he was claiming that like the only way to blow up or succeed on YouTube now is to get a big shout out, and like there are no new YouTube channels that will succeed. He was like, at this point, there will be no more new commentary channels, or no more even like new YouTube channels to blow up that are just getting started. No one can start a YouTube channel today and succeed. And since then, since it might have been 2017 or 18, but I've seen a lot of people blow up on YouTube. I've seen a lot of people start their channel like within the last year and blow up. So that's totally not true at all. You can totally succeed in today's landscape, okay, in today's climate. You can survive in today's climate. Maybe starting a channel is slightly harder than it used to be, but if you're consistent, if you have an idea for making videos, and you really want to succeed bad enough, I firmly believe that you can. Just make sure that when you do it, you sign a contract that gives the rights to 45% of your revenue away to me, as what I like to call motivation tax for being the one to make your career by telling you to get off your lazy ass and be rich on YouTube.com. What do your parents think about what you do for work? Yeah, my mom thinks that it's really gay and retarded and stupid, and that I should go to college, and my dad seems like relatively indifferent, to be honest, which is better than it used to be, because when I was actively making thousands of dollars a month on YouTube, my mom was telling me that I should like go get a summer job at one point. For a while, I think it was hard for her to grasp like the idea of like me doing it for a job, even though she saw that I was making money, which I guess I don't blame her for. She has an actual like normal person job, and so does my dad. They both went to college, like they both went to college for 4 years. They both like got normal jobs. So I think it's kind of weird to them, right? But at this point, I think like my mom thinks it's dumb, which it is. But I've broken her down enough to the point that like she's no longer telling me to go to school. She's no longer telling me to go to college. She's not like, you gotta go to community college at least. I'm not gay. I will say though, the idea of like setting foot in a classroom ever again is just completely dreadful. Like I have no desire to go back to school in any way. Would you ever consider remaking some of your older videos? I remember watching stuff from way back when, like the problems with 4chan with your old character art, and wondered if you'd go back and remake some of those, or if that content is best left in the past. So I am down to revisit some topics from time to time for videos, but I have no desire to like remake the videos themselves. There are a few videos that I think would be like really good videos right now, even though the topics are stuff I covered years ago, because a lot has like, you know, changed since then, or I have like a new vision for how I would do that video, but I don't want to rush them out, so we'll see whenever they happen. I wanted to do a long video about Digibro, which I still may do at some point, but like there's just so much history to comb through with that guy in particular, and given it's like weird anime shit, like I've just been putting it off and procrastinating that video, like just working on other projects, even like other long projects. Like I don't know if that video would like break an hour long, but I for whatever reason, like that topic just smells to me, okay? There's just this scent to it that makes me want to get the fuck away from it. But I have been watching some of his old like Digi After Dark videos, like where he just kind of rambled about shit that I think people paid him for his Patreon. Been watching re-uploads of those to kind of like prime myself for it a little bit, but I don't know, I just keep putting it off, so who knows if that video will happen anytime soon. Honestly, this channel right now is probably the closest thing to like old Turkey Tom videos that I've done in a while, because it's got a little more of my like personality in it than the main channel video essay stuff. Okay, I'm back. Assuming magic exists, instant, no downsides, and everything else stays the same, would you rather be a femboy or a mildly muscular tomboy? I think I would actually rather find out where you live, break down your door, rip off your head, and shit down your throat. Consensually, with proper pronouns used. Anyway, that's really all I have for today. Leave a like if you liked the video, leave a dislike if you disliked it, drop a comment down below if you have any thoughts on everything I shared here, and be sure to send this video to your grandmother so that she can join the Tom Dark Nation. We're trying to increase the granny action around here, and it seems that the best way to do that, the best way to reel in 75-year-old women, is to share commentary videos with them. I will see you all soon. Bye.